So looking at that and then kind of transitioning into kind of the bread and butter workouts. So I think, and obviously, I think one of the big pieces is the long run. I think you just get so much benefit from the long run. However, my theory on this has changed radically. I think if you're not at altitude, you should never go more than 15 miles. Just my opinion, I think there's actually a point of diminishing return when you're on your legs for 2 hours and you're starting to go backwards. Now, you're thinking in your head, 2 hours? Why? I mean, we're running a 5K. So I just use that as a point of reference because, I think sometimes the long run is made up to be this, like, it's got to be 20% of your mileage. There's all these formulas, and everybody has it. And by the way, that works. I mean, as we all know, there's multiple ways to skin a cat and have success. So our style is I try to cap it between 90 minutes to 15 miles for athletes. Now, that being said, there's a ton of benefit from it, and I do think you have to have it in your schedule. For example, a Quentin or a Nate this year, we got them up to 11 miles. That was their long run coming out of high school. I think Thomas and those guys, they were basically 15 every week throughout the whole year. They wanted to do more, but I just felt that we're running 10K, not the marathon, so I wanted to kind of keep them at that 15. The other part of it is one of the other workouts we do. This is probably the equivalent to our 250, 350 on the track with MD, but we do this 11+1 progression run, and it can be adapted so you can go 5+1, 7+1, 9+1, etc. I don't know why, but I'm just really down on even numbers. We always go odd numbers, but you can always go even numbers too if you wanted to. The purpose of this is you're truly trying to teach the runner to be a distance runner. And learning how to handle that grind later in the run. And one of the metaphors we'll use is kind of the body punches. So the idea is you start out at 7 minutes or slower. So and it can be slower. It's just truly warming up. So your body is just getting awake. And then each mile you're slowly progressing. So we'll go to 650, and then after that, depending on the athletes, some guys will go from 650 down to 620, and then they'll go to 6, and then they'll go to 540, or sometimes we'll take more of their time to it. And so we'll talk about the intensity, but this right here might be our most important workout, because at the end of the day, you're learning how to, at the end of that run, the last 3 miles, you want to be running fast and safe fast, because obviously you're going to be on dirt roads or on grass, so you don't want to be overdoing it and get anybody hurt. But the reality is, like, for example, Wesley, I mean, those guys were getting down to 440s on this run, and they would sustain that for 4 to 5 miles at the end of their 11+1, and the +1 is just a cool down, so we're not going right into the car after running hard.